Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. TikTok is back, y'all. Today we're talking about it. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description. Some housekeeping, some meat and potatoes. It is free to follow me, you guys. It is free to subscribe to this channel, Anonymous Tea. It is free to subscribe to my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. We got some content coming over there a little bit later. It is free, y'all, to follow me on Anonymous Tea Podcast on the Tickety Talk because it's back. That's why you're here. So no need to update this because it was gone, but not for long. Follow me also on the gram. I've got some content that I got to post over there at Anonymous Reality Tea. It is also free to like, repost, and share my videos, y'all. So we got to talk about it. TikTok is back, y'all. So let's talk about it. So it says TikTok begins restoring services for U.S. users after Trump comments. The company said in a statement that TikTok was coming back online in the U.S. after President-elect Kamala. Did you see how that came out of my mouth, y'all? Because I was a part of the 92% that thought that we were talking about Kamala Harris being inaugurated tomorrow. But nonetheless, President-elect Donald Trump provided assurances to the company's service providers. So TikTok said Sunday that it would be restoring service to U.S. users after blocking it the evening before. In a statement, TikTok said its video platform was coming back online after President-elect Donald Trump provided the necessary assurances to the company's service providers. Then also, in an agreement with our service providers, TikTok is in the process of restoring service, TikTok said in a post on X. We thank President Trump for providing the necessary clarity and assurance to our service providers that they will face no penalties providing TikTok to over 170 million Americans and allowing over 7 million small businesses to thrive. It is a strong stand for their First Amendment and against arbitrary censorship. We will work with President Trump on a long-term solution that keeps TikTok in the United States, the company added. Just hours before TikTok blocked service to Americans, Trump posted to Truth Social calling for the app to remain available. Trump indicated that he wanted to be available to broadcast to his inauguration on Monday, which is the real reason this is happening. I will issue an executive order Monday to extend the period of time before the law's prohibitions take effect so that we can make a deal to protect our national security. The order will also confirm that there will be no liability for any company that helped keep TikTok from going dark before my order, Trump wrote. Also, TikTok's availability came back in spurts Sunday afternoon, with access to the platform's content first becoming available through web browsers. Later in the day, the app became usable for some and welcomed users back with a message saying, "Welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support." As a result of President Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the U.S. You can continue to create, share, and discover all the things you love on TikTok. The app was still unavailable for download from Apple and Google's app stores. The law banning TikTok, which was scheduled to go into effect Sunday, allows the president to grant a 90-day extension before the ban is enforced, provided certain criteria are met. Under a law that President Joe Biden signed in April, TikTok would be banned unless its Chinese owner, ByteDance, sold the company to a non-Chinese buyer. Prior to the ban's implementation, both Biden and the incoming Trump administration appeared to reverse the earlier positions on TikTok. During his campaign, Trump, who had advocated for a ban during his first term as president, came out in support of TikTok, saying he'd save the app. After the Supreme Court greenlit the law on Friday, the Biden administration issued a statement saying it would not enforce the ban, leaving that responsibility to Trump. On Saturday evening, the app was removed from app stores and service for American users was suspended. TikTok's future in the U.S. is still up in the air. After TikTok came back online, some Republicans appeared to contradict Trump on how things might play out. Speaker Mike Johnson told NBC News Meet the Press on Sunday, "I think we will enforce the law," adding, "When President Trump issued the Truth Pulse and said save TikTok, the way we read that is he's going to try to force a true divestiture, changing it of hands, the ownership." Senator Tom Cotton, Republican of Arkansas, and Pete Ricketts, Republican of Nebraska, also issued a statement celebrating the ban and saying they don't see a basis for an extension like Trump has proposed. Now that this law has taken effect, there is no legal basis for any type of extension of its effective date. For TikTok to come back online in the future, ByteDance must agree to a sale that satisfies the law qualified divestiture requirements by severing all ties between TikTok and communist China, the state said in part. Even if TikTok is given an extension, as Trump has vowed to do an executive order tomorrow, the law still forces ByteDance to eventually sell the app to a non-Chinese owner, something the parent company has shown no interest in doing. TikTok said in its latest statement that it will work with President Trump on a long-term solution that keeps TikTok in the United States. Trump has floated the idea of a joint venture, but for TikTok with the U.S. owning 50%. But even if that idea faces a potential hurdle, the law includes a 20% cap for foreign adversary owners, so it's not immediately clear whether ByteDance can exceed that ownership and share without a change in the law. The law defines controlled by a foreign adversary in several different ways, but one definition is an entity with respect to a foreign person or combination of foreign persons, directly or indirectly, with at least 20% stake. Congress, of course, could change the law. So this is going to be interesting. So for me, TikTok is back on the app. It got the message that the article is referencing, which is, saying, hey, welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support. As a result, Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the U.S. You can continue to create, share, and discover all the things you love on TikTok. Here's the thing. I said from the start, y'all, this was a publicity stunt. This is a publicity stunt, but it's interesting because Trump started this. Trump said this, a few years back, that he wanted to ban TikTok, that he did not like TikTok, and all these things. He spearheaded this, which is why Biden put those laws in place earlier of 2024, in the first quarter of 2024. So Trump now, seeing the coverage and things that he got for the election and the reaction of people, whether they voted for him or not, getting all the views and stuff, he wants the views and the attention on himself for this inauguration, especially since they're having it indoors because he is apparently going to be too cold to have it outside. But this is all a smokescreen. But I don't know if this technically is over. Because even with what the original requirements that they want to happen, which is ByteDance to sell, I don't see how that's happening. So I feel like we're going to be in the same boat. I don't know if there's necessarily going to be a 90-day extension. I'm just skeptical about all of this when it's all said and done. I feel like this is going to be a back and forth. And unless they change the law. But I feel like at least for the inauguration, at least for now, you see how quickly, at least for the inauguration, they got TikTok up and running like this. I think there's more to come, y'all. I do not think that this is the end all be all. I think there is way more to come. Obviously, they're going to play nice because the CEO is going to be at the inauguration tomorrow and everything else. But I think there's more to come. And I think Trump is playing in y'all faces because he wants to, make it look like he saved something, that he fixed something as like his first order as president-elect. But nonetheless, he's also about to deport a bunch of people as well and do a whole bunch of other stuff that's about to disenfranchise a whole lot of Americans, y'all. So I can't really, I don't feel one way or the other. And I wanted to say this too. I feel that the crash out over TikTok really shows how attached and addicted some people are to their phones, to social media. And there's a whole generation of people who do not know anything outside of social media, which is very scary because why are you calling 911 over TikTok not being available? And crying your eyes out and freaking out. And it's like there are people who literally have no social interaction outside of social media who literally could not function without TikTok for only a mere number of hours. That is crazy to me. It's the human aspect, and it's like you can make fun of these quote-unquote regular jobs or 9-to-5 jobs or whatever, But I feel like in every job sector, regardless if you work at the restaurant, if you work in retail, if you work in corporate America, if you work in healthcare, there's levels to it all. There's different areas and avenues that builds character, you guys. That you have to learn how to adapt to working in real time with different types of people, with different types of energies, with people who, and there's politics within a lot of these jobs. So you can see people who may not have the education or experience level that you have getting preferential treatment. Or you can see people, you know, when you try to reach out, you try to be helpful and you get ignored, but other people quickly and easily will get accommodated. But when you're behind a screen, when you're on social media, you guys, and your entire income is dependent upon you making sure there is a camera and a ring light and you providing all this content or linking people to your TikTok shop to make sure that you're continuing to produce products, and this is your only source of income that is utilized to pay the bills, to pay the rent at wherever you live at, whether it's a home or apartment or whatever, where there's keep the lights on, keep the phone bill. Like, that is very crazy. That is very scary. To not have a backup plan. And the backup plan many people had was to go to another Chinese app, y'all. It was weird. It was wild to see that crash out so quickly. And for people not to rely on TikTok as the end all be all, but to have something else. Like, if you are a TikTok shop, you know, extraordinaire, do you also have a standing website that people can buy your products if they're not on TikTok? Or if something like this shutdown does potentially happen again. And like I said, I don't think this is over. I think this is temporary so that Trump can receive as much praise and as much views as possible for the inauguration. That's all I think this is about. But I think once it starts to get into his actual policies that he plans on implementing, and he starts getting dragged by everybody, and there's going to be a whole bunch of people on TikTok crying about their family members getting deported and all this other stuff. They'll be back to enforcing the ban, you guys. Like, I'm telling you, this is all temporary. So I don't feel people should get attached to this, because I feel like it's more of a stunt than anything else. And I feel like I said, once Trump starts to implement what he really wants to do in this country, y'all are not going to be, you know, screaming through the rooftops about no TikTok. No, y'all are going to be crashing out once again. So I'm hoping people take this as a lesson that an app should not define your life, and should not be the only source of income to a certain lifestyle and everything else. You should be able to have more than one stream of income, y'all, and more than one way of making money, so that if something happens, you have a backup plan. Just like if you lost a job, if you have a backup plan, if you have a reserve, if you have a savings, if you have a 401k, if you have an investment portfolio, if you have emergency money, if you have something that is going to keep you afloat for a period of time until you get another job or transition to another position or what have you. Those are the things, those are the tools that I'm hoping people realize. But I feel like it's going to be lost. And unfortunately, people are already, you know, celebrating that this app is back. And I don't think they're looking at the bigger picture. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.